The Laos-China Railway, a substantial $6 billion infrastructure undertaking, stands as a pivotal element within China's Belt and Road Initiative. Its primary objective is to establish an essential transportation link between Laos and China, potentially extending connectivity throughout Southeast Asia. The goal of this high-speed railway is to greatly enhance local transportation and trade networks by facilitating trade between the two countries by acting as a route for the flow of people and products. The anticipated effect is expected to go beyond the specific countries in question, possibly igniting economic activity throughout Southeast Asia.
It has been 10 years since China rolled out that ambitious infrastructure and investment project, stretching across the globe. It paved the way for the expansion of Beijing's worldwide reach, while also offering a golden opportunity for lower-income countries.
Infrastructure improvements and the creation of special economic zones have resulted from the railway project. Investments in these zones have aided in the region's industrialization and economic expansion. It is a chance for China and Laos to improve their trade and market access capacities. The initiative hasn't, however, escaped criticism. Concerns about the sustainability of the debt, its effects on the environment, and its geopolitical ramifications have surfaced. The project's long-term financial viability has come under scrutiny because of the influx of financing, especially from Chinese sources. In terms of geopolitics, the railway has spurred debates over China's growing power in the area, while environmentalists are concerned about the railway's effects on ecosystems. So, in today's video, let's take a look at the $6 billion Laos-China Railway project. With careful management, this $6 billion high-speed railway has the potential to improve Laos' economic prospects and increase the nation's overall income by a significant 21%. If this economic boom materializes, it might represent a significant shift in Laos' course for development. To do this, the new rail system must be properly managed and operate at the desired rate of utilization. To optimize the anticipated benefits, issues related to logistics, operational effectiveness, and smooth trade facilitation need to be resolved. Furthermore, the possibility of industrial expansion and economic vitality is hinted at by the creation of special economic zones along the railway's route. However, issues with debt sustainability and the requirement for sound financial management remain in order to guarantee that the anticipated economic gains materialize into real and long-term growth.
Pakistan's suffering can be explained in two phrases: bad policy and Chinese debt. Well, that's also the story of Sri Lanka. And soon, there may be another member in this club, Laos. Situated in Southeast Asia, bordered by Myanmar and China, a country of 7.5 million people, the economy of Laos is on life support.
Although this $6 billion high-speed train project is a sign of hope, it also poses important queries regarding the nation's ability to service its debt and maintain economic stability. To finance the construction of this enormous infrastructure marvel, Laos chose to borrow a substantial amount. But this borrowing binge adds to an already heavy debt burden. The significant inflow of money, mostly from outside sources, has raised questions about the nation's capacity to effectively manage its debt levels. This debt inflow could lead to economic intricacies. It's not just a figure on a balance sheet. Concerns are palpable, suggesting that there may be impending financial catastrophes. Concerns about inflationary pressures intensify as debt mounts, threatening the population's purchasing power. The main concern is whether or not payments can be sustained. Such significant borrowing has put Laos in a difficult financial position and raises concerns about its ability to repay its debts. The hard realities of financial responsibility and the aspirations of economic development are in stark contrast, creating a precarious balance. If the debt load is not carefully handled, it may put pressure on the economy, stunt growth, and cause financial instability that affects more than just the current problems.
While China's interest in South Asia is primarily strategic, it has been customizing its tools of engagement depending on the needs of specific countries, which are very often economic or development based. In our project China's Impact on Strategic Regions, we researched the changing dynamics of Chinese engagement in Bangladesh, Nepal, Maldives, and Sri Lanka, and found that the focus countries are united in their need for ports, bridges, highways, and power infrastructure, which explains the rapid strides that the Belt and Road Initiative has made in these countries.
Globally, the railway is seen as a symbol of China's expanding global influence. While it signifies economic growth and connectivity, it also casts shadows of concern over geopolitical implications. Opponents express concerns about China's lending policies, pointing to worries about debt traps. There are concerns over Laos's capacity to handle sustainable debt in light of the large amount of loans that the nation has received for the development of its infrastructure. The connection between China and Laos is a special one, based on common political beliefs and shared history. Unlike other nations, Laos and China's historical ties greatly influence their current exchanges. Laos is unique within the Belt and Road Network because of its unique link, which influences diplomatic decisions and commercial collaborations. Meanwhile, Laos' historical association with the United States, highlighted by humanitarian efforts such as aid for clearing unexploded ordnance from the Vietnam War era, contrasts starkly with its burgeoning ties to China. This contrast poses intricate challenges for Western nations striving to expand their influence in the region. Laos' government's plan to pursue economic development converges with concerns about sovereignty and influence. The railway's construction acts as a microcosm of the intricate web of relationships and interests that will shape the geopolitical terrain of the region.
Well, for the first time, freight trains are running between the Chinese regional capital of Kunming and the Laotian capital of Vientiane. Now, China financed the 5-year-long railway project as part of its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. For Laos, the connection represents new opportunity, but at a cost, almost $6 billion in debt for a poor country of around 7 million people.
We believe this train route will help Laos transform from a landlocked country to a developed one. It is the foundation of a common future for our countries and will benefit our countries and peoples, as well as help promote regional connectivity, stability for industry and supply chains, and ultimately development and prosperity.
Supporters of the railway extol its contribution to Laos's early industrialization. They highlight the creation of specialized business zones and the rapid growth of infrastructure along the railway's route. These areas, which draw investments and promote economic activity, provide a palpable first push for Laos' industrial development and job generation. Still, there are experts who are skeptical about the railway's financial stability. Although they recognize the first industrial advancements, they bring up serious concerns over the lack of a thorough and well-thought-out plan guiding the railway's long-term use. Economists stress that the railway's success depends not only on how well it is built, but also on how well it is incorporated into larger plans for economic development. The railway's contribution to equitable and sustainable growth is still up for debate because there is currently no clear-cut plan linking its advantages with Laos's larger economic objectives. Economists, regardless of their stance, converge on the need for a coherent strategy. They stress the imperative of a meticulously crafted plan that not only oversees the railway's operations but also ensures its seamless amalgamation into Laos' overarching economic blueprint. This strategic alignment is seen as fundamental for the railway to fulfill its potential as a catalyst for sustained economic development. The discussions surrounding the Laos-China Railway are essentially a subtle battle of viewpoints. Economists are concerned about its long-term financial stability and its capacity to steer Laos towards a sustainable path of economic advancement, even as they acknowledge its initial influence on industrialization. The need for an integrated and all-encompassing approach is what ties these disparate points of view together. The railway's real effects and difficulties will become more apparent as it develops. The construction of the Laos-China Railway portends future economic expansion and improved connectivity, but it also poses important concerns regarding responsible development and the mitigation of related hazards. And that's all for today's video. This is Visionomics, signing out.